The massive alien fleet loomed on the fringes of human territory, their ships a sinister armada of sleek metallic predators poised for what they considered a regular sweep. In the command bridge, alien officers expressed themselves with calm efficiency, their voices infused with arrogance. To them, Earth was just another poor planet in a quiet sector. Its defenses minimal, its people no match for the advanced technology and well-trained forces of the alien empire. The commander, towering and intimidating with scales glinting under the dim lighting, noticed the holographic map. A smug smirk pulled at his mouth as he acknowledged Earth's limited defensive forces dispersed around the sector like ants, oblivious to the shadow overhead. They rely on relics, the commander scoffed, pointing to a smaller officer. Their fleets are formed of rusting metal and obsolete reactors. This will be over before they can even respond. A ripple of joy rushed through the officers beneath the bridge. They had seen this before. Primitive races anxious to defend their homes, outclassed and outmaneuvered, rapidly subdued. The humans, they assumed, would be no different. The commander had even heard tales of attempts to weaponize obsolete nuclear reactors, a last-ditch attempt at power from a bygone period. As the fleet came closer to the bounds of human space, the extraterrestrial ship sent out a sweeping scan. Virtually immediately, a quiet chime sounded. Incoming signal, Commander, an officer reported, his voice wavering slightly, though he attempted to disguise it with confidence. A broadcast. The commander glanced at the officer, eyebrows lifted, amazed that mankind dared to communicate, perhaps even plead for mercy. A harsh, determined voice flooded the bridge. This is human territory. Your presence is not tolerated. Turn back, or face the consequences. The message cut off as swiftly as it had started, leaving the alien officers staring at each other in startled hush. The commander chuckled, his amusement almost real. They wish to fight, he mumbled. Then we'll show them the futility of resistance. He ordered the fleet forward, certain this would end swiftly. The starships advanced in tight formation, a testament to the Empire's military discipline. Humanity will shatter, he imagined, and their cries for mercy will be neglected. Yet, as they crossed into the sector, something unexpected occurred. An oncoming blip on the radar showed a clump of human ships waiting, not retreating, not scrambling, yet standing, nearly teasing them with their arrogance. The commander watched with increased curiosity. These human ships, though scant in number, held their location with an interesting structure. It was calculated, precise. He shrugged off the thought. Their confidence was misplaced. A final gasp effort of resistance before annihilation. Engage, he commanded, waving his palm dismissively. The alien fleet rushed forward, weapons humming as they locked onto the human ships. Then, in an instant, the conflict erupted. Rays of energy tore through the dark, and missiles flashed over the empty lights, lighting up the battlefield. The alien fleet unloaded a barrage, confident in their superior firepower. Yet they soon had their strikes met with unexpected counters. The human ships didn't falter. They maneuvered with swift, accurate movements, dodging the alien bolts with a skill that was surprising. Their formations changed fluidly, responding to the alien attacks with agility that the commander found disturbing. These weren't desperate defenders. They were calculated, every movement anticipating the alien maneuvers as if the humans were toying with their assailants. Commander, our shield generators are reading substantial stress, an officer stated in an anxious voice. Their methods. It's almost as if they're quiet, the captain snapped. His patience was wearing thin. But a shadow of doubt crept into his thoughts. How might mankind, utilizing such archaic technologies, manage to hold their ground? He pushed the thought aside. A fluke, he told himself. They were only lucky, nothing more. Another strike hit closer to their command ship, and this time, the bridge shuddered under the impact. Warnings flashed, and a technician let out a cry as a console sparked. The commander tightened his jaw, annoyance giving way as something foreign. Uncertainty. The humans weren't just fighting back. They were making dents in his fleet's armor, modest but undeniable. Their weaponry, primitive as it might have seemed on paper, was breaking through. A nearby officer was frantically examining the facts, his eyes wide. Commander, it appears they're employing some form of adaptive targeting, he said. They're expecting our shield ships and adapting their attacks accordingly. The commander's fists clenched. Adaptation. These were humans, supposedly centuries behind them. But as he watched the battlefield unfold, the undeniable reality began to set in. These individuals weren't what the intelligence reports had claimed they were. They were an utterly different type of fighter, each move calculated to offset the Empire's prized technological advantages. For a moment, the bridge grew silent, a growing realization settling over them all. This was no mere battle with a lesser race. They had ventured into human space expecting an easy conquest, but the people facing them were displaying strength and resilience no one had expected. As the human fleet changed into another perfect configuration, one thing seemed unsettlingly evident to the alien commander. They were not the only predators in this section of space. The alien fleet paused just outside the human creation, recalibrating their attacking approach. On board their command ship, tension hung thick as data broadcasted across consoles revealing damage reports, more severe than expected. The commander, visibly perturbed, ordered a fast assessment. Their original bravado had dimmed, replaced with the calculated concern of a force that had misjudged its opponent. The human spacecraft before them seemed almost too calm, retaining their formation without a touch of fear, as if defying the aliens to advance further. An impatient lieutenant approached, explaining the structural weaknesses and shield vulnerability they had just exposed, but the commander waved him off, focusing his gaze on the display. "Deploy the secondary assault fleet," he ordered. "Let them grasp the actual force of the Empire." While the smaller ships advanced, armed with specialized weaponry designed to bypass inferior defenses, they fired, unleashing torrents of energy toward the human formation. Their confidence rekindled. The alien officers watched, anticipating humanity to break under this new onslaught. But the human ships didn't disperse or retreat. Instead, they moved in unity as though guided by a single intellect. Within minutes, they countered the assault, their response so exactly timed it appeared almost rehearsed. With synchronized fire, they blasted back, their weaponry striking in patterns that exploited every weakness in the alien advance. The alien commander's brow furrowed. This wasn't the haphazard defense he'd expected. The humans seemed to have examined their techniques, utilizing every gap with brutal precision. Blasts slammed through the alien ranks, and fear began to sneak into the fleet. Alien commanders tried to modify their strategies, shouting into their communicators, but nothing seemed to break the human formation. Every time the aliens attempted a different method, the humans adapted, intercepting attacks with incredible speed and accuracy. An uncomfortable realization began to settle in. These humans were not just resisting. They were pushing back with a level of tactical sophistication and coordination that equaled the Empire's greatest. A young officer nervously approached the commander, voice shaking. "Sir, their maneuvers. It's almost as if they're anticipating our every move." The commander, clutching tightly to the edge of his console, gave no response, though his quiet said volumes. His thoughts raced through every tactic he'd been trained to utilize in battle, but each seemed insufficient against this relentless human response. For the first time in his career, he was fighting an opponent that wasn't simply defending. They were playing offense with deadly efficiency. Commence evasive maneuvers. Regroup on Quadrant 4. When the alien ships relocated formation, human ships followed, reading their movements with frightening accuracy, altering their postures like a mirror reflecting every activity with concentrated targeted strikes. They bypassed several layers of the alien shields,